Hello, how you doing? Hey, today we're going to go ahead and draw Mickey Mouse. Favorite character, I just love to draw Mickey Mouse. Now we're going to start off with a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and I've also got a Staedtler 4B pencil. Now, in order to draw Mickey, he's gone through a lot of transformations, but this is a down and dirty, and it's going to be simple, and it's based on a lot of circles. So always practice your circles because it does help in drawing Mickey a great deal. And to start off, I'm going to put a circle probably down in this area, which is kind of off center and a little bit lower, because we're going to put his ears up here and his nose is going to go over in this area here. So I'd say, maybe a circle that's a little bit smaller than a CD. And I'm kind of drawing lightly here, so I hope that it's picking up in the camera here. I'll probably draw a little bit harder than normal so you can see it. But there's my circle, and I like to dive in and automatically draw a vertical and a horizontal line and divide it into quadrants. 1, 2, 3, 4 quadrants. Now it starts off with his nose. His nose is actually going to be about right here, and it's going to come out and arc out this way, and then it's going to come down here and kind of join in a little bit before this vertical line here. So what we're going to do, it's going to look like a fish hook, and we're going to end up about right here in this quadrant. See where that dot is? It's kind of like in the center of that quadrant right there. So what we're going to do is just kind of sweep around and come back up and hit that dot. Doesn't have to be perfect, but right around in there. Just go back over your line until you see the line that you like. And so we got his muzzle. Now we're going to put his nose in, so it's going to come about that angle right there. And I like to say that his nose is about like a grape, about the size of a grape. So we get that little oval going right here. Now we can always put his little dimple in right here, which is kind of a big dimple right there. Now let's go up to his eyes. His eyes are going to be in this section right about here, and just right at the nose, the top of his the bridge of his muzzle right here. So what we want to do is get a circle started right about here. Again, it's just drawing ovals. And then the other one is going to be right about here, a little bit smaller though, and then comes around about right there. It's a little bit more squished. Okay, now we can go ahead and start off with the bottom part of his muzzle here with the smile. Take a line and kind of just come out and do another modified fish hook about like that. And then what we want to do is go ahead and start off his bottom lip and just kind of follow the contour of the other one that we just had up there. And we've got the bottom lip, and then his tongue is just 2 arcs, one there and one here. We got his tongue. All right. Now we want to go ahead and we want to go and look at his mask. His mask is usually between his eyes right here, so kind of get a reference right here of where his mask is going to be, and you kind of want to draw this little V shape right here, just right to the edge of the circle here. And then we can come around, and I would say what's going to happen is about this dot right here is where this is going to come around, right about here, another fish hook type design, and then there's going to be an arc that comes around his dimple and comes right down into here. And then this one, about like that. Like I said, this is just down and dirty. Don't worry about your lines. You can always go back over them and erase them and change them as you go along. Now let's go with his ears. Now his ears are about half the height of his head. So I'm going to take my pencil, get an approximation of the half point, and I'm going to go right above his head and mark a point there, and then to the back, just slightly above, I'm going to mark that. Now his ear is different in different versions. You can either make a complete circle or you can make an oval. Now I'm probably going to go ahead and draw some ovals here, kind of like that. Then I'm going to turn the paper and I'm going to draw the oval over here. Make sure it coincides, just touches the circle of his head, okay? And so there we've got his ears. Very rough, very rough. Now here's another secret to his construction. Usually the distance between here is about half the distance for right in here. And that's approximate right there. So we know we're pretty good. He looks like he's in proportion and everything like that. And then what you can do is come back over and kind of bring out those lines a little bit darker. And you can go ahead and fill this stuff in. You can shade it in any way you want. You know, it's your Mickey. You can fill him in any way you want. And come back later and do it with more detail. And his nose. I'm gonna circle this up a little bit more, I think. His eyes. Remember, the old Mickey really didn't have any pupils. He just had the two black circles. And you know, originally Mickey's original name was Mortimer. Yeah, it was Mortimer before his wife suggested to Walt to change it to Mickey. It would be easier to remember, and so that's what happened. It went from Mortimer to Mickey. And so there you go. There's Mickey Mouse, and remember to sign your work. Well, until next time, you guys take care, and I hope you enjoyed this little snippet. Bye-bye now.